Hello and welcome to Wiz and Pip's Spotlight and Flip Through for the Book of Many Things. And there's a couple things that I want to address at the beginning of this. First, as many of you will know by now, the physical format of this book has been delayed indefinitely. I have no idea when this might be released, and I'm guessing neither does Wizards. The second is that this product is $110 American for those in the US. However, this product is meant to be more than just a book. The Wizard store page reports that you will get the 192-page sourcebook in addition to an actual deck of many things, and another 80-page hardcover guidebook showcasing each card in the expanded deck, and a box to store all this. Now, with the delay of the physical product, we simply will not know the quality of the physical version. Having said that, and at the risk of sounding like a shill, this is a pretty decent deal. Now that is assuming the cards in deck is similar in quality to the D&D tarot card deck, which costs around $20 to $25. Frankly, as a fan of tarot cards, good tarot cards can get really expensive. So again, we will not really have a final say on the quality of this product if it's worth $110 until way later. So this video is simply about the 192-page sourcebook. So let's talk about it. What exactly is this book? I, like many of you, were confused at what the heck the Book of Many Things is and who it's for. Well, after properly getting my little wizard hands on the digital copy, I have an answer. It's about the deck of many things. Well, more like giving you lots of ways to use and include the deck of many things in your campaign. Each chapter is named after a given card and follows that card's themes, often giving guidance on how to use that card to run or inspire an adventure or character and more. Most of the book is geared towards the DM, but there is stuff in here for players. So let's flip through. Chapter 1 is essentially an introduction to the deck, giving a short history of the deck and an overview of the book. Chapter 2 and 3 give guidance on how to use the deck to generate adventures, NPCs, locations, and encounters. For example, a small system that lets you spice up travel by drawing 2 cards for each day of the adventure, flipping the top card as a challenge and the bottom card as the reward or ruin. The interpretation of these cards is either up to the DM, the players, or both. They also talk about using Magic the Gathering cards as another way to do this. Pretty neat. Chapter 4 is a section that has puzzles, riddles, and trap rooms, stuff I will never complain about seeing in books. Chapter 5 provides the book's magic item table, in addition to guidance on when the player gets a massive amount of wealth, namely from drawing from the deck. Chapters 6, 7, 8, 9, and 13 are geared towards players, giving ideas for a player to generate a backstory or character personality by drawing from the deck, or even to generate a mortal enemy complete with 4 different stat blocks and layers, containing 2 new feats, 4 new spells, in addition to more new magic items. Chapter 13 specifically offers a zodiac take on the deck of many things, which might be one of my favorite parts, because I always like it when my players give their characters birthdays, so that as we pass time in the campaign, I can go, hey look, you're a year older. Chapters 10, 11, 12, 19, and 20 are sections dedicated to different factions, namely the Solar Bastion, defenders of the multiverse from the consequences of the deck, the Moonstalkers, an evil-aligned thieves guild, the Heralds of the Comet, a Zodiac-themed, evil-aligned apocalyptic sect, and the Grim Harrow, an undead faction that is populated with the souls that have met their end by the Deck's Reapers, and the Sealy Market, traveling Fey market with a cool character named Ottlewin that can introduce the deck to player characters. With Chapter 20 less of a faction but 3 different and powerful fiends that become enemies of the character that draws the Skull card. Chapters 15 through 19 each provide an adventure location with adventure hooks linked to the deck of many things. Chapter 15, named after the Throne card, which rewards a player with a keep, offers Harrow Hall, the keep that the player gets. Chapter 16, Ruin, interprets the card as a physical ruin to be explored. Chapter 17, Donjon, and Chapter 18, Void, are 2 more adventure locations and advice on how to run the game when the players draw these cards. Chapter 21 contains a section of 8 stat blocks themed with the deck, and the table that lists all the monsters throughout this book, and there are 35, by my count, new stat blocks throughout the book. Chapter 22 caps off the book with information on the 2 characters Uriel and Asteria. Both of these characters are from Greek myth, Uriel being the second eldest of the Gorgons, and Asteria being a Titan. In this text they are adventuring partners, and the chapter also offers adventure hooks and layers involving them. So that's the flip through of the book. And I have a few thoughts, and the first is both a complaint and observation about the organization of this book, which is my largest gripe. This book is not organized like a chapter for player options where you get backgrounds, feats, classes, and another section with magic items, and another section for monsters. No, the information is spread throughout the chapters. Now this might not bother you. In fact, it's actually fun to read through this the first time with this organization. But the problem is what happens when I need to reference something or quickly find a neat magical item. I have to go find the table, find the item's name, then go find the chapter and scroll to find the item. And it's not like the chapters are labeled very informatively. Again, this might not bother everybody, but it certainly bothers me. However, it did make me think of D&D Beyond and other VTTs, because on those, my players don't really ever need to touch a book, they just take advantage of some database. I have players that have never even touched the PHP, so there is that perspective. I do not know if this is an indication of the organization of future releases, or just stylized for this release, but it is something to think about. But some positives. The magical items in this book are pretty fun and on theme. There are magical items here that synergize with the factions and locations, which means it's easy to find one to match the theme of an enemy for the players to pick up. Also, the ways to use the deck and ideas to generate adventures and mechanics with the deck or other cards are extremely solid, and I will be trying them out in my game, especially when I can include the players interpreting the cards. There is also just a large amount of splashable material in this book, from generating NPCs and character ideas to adventure locations. For most of the adventure elements presented in this book, you can separate them from the use of a deck of many things. It can be useful for a DM to just pick up and plug into their game, or if they don't want to use the deck of many things at all. So then let's ask, who is this book for, and who is it not for? This book is for players or DMs who just love tarot cards, which I am one of those people. Someone that thinks they are going to get use out of the physical version of this product, because this price tag is no good for the digital version. A DM that loves using random tables and such to generate stories and foes, and a table that is full of other DMs or imaginative players. The book's subsystems do allow plenty of opportunity for players to interpret things and make their own story, that collaborative storytelling, but it might not be suitable for every type of player. Alright, and who is this not for? This is not for the DM or player that doesn't like the sort of randomness that the deck has. If you do not like things changing rapidly on the fly, then you might want to avoid this product, though you can use it to prep if you want to go that way. And if you do not plan on using the physical products, do not get this. And as an extension, purely online DMs and players probably avoid this product. And if you are one of those DMs that really does not like the deck of many things and what it brings to the table, again, avoid this product. There's a lot of useful things here, but not for everybody. And there's nothing here that's really transformative. This is not a gotta have it book. And that has been Wiz and Pip's flip through of the Book of Many Things. I look forward to getting this physical product in my hands sometime in the near future, and when that happens we will have a little bit more coverage on that. But thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, all that good junk, and why don't you look at this video? This one right here. Come on. Click it.